My biggest fear is living with a man again.
Let's get into it. Let's talk about why marriage benefits men more than women.
Marriage benefits men more than women. Let's talk about it. When you actually look at the data and research that has been done, you find that marriage does not benefit men and women in the same way. Number one,
I'm not saying this from a bitter place, but there are no benefits in marriage for women. If you go into marriage knowing this, you will not be heartbroken because you know, of course, I'm signing up for this, but there are no benefits.
Does marriage benefit men more or women more? Hello guys, welcome back. So guys, today's topic is about this trendy issue. There's a debate online. Some people are saying that marriage benefits women more, while others are saying that marriage benefits men more. Especially the divorced ladies, they are coming out to say that marriage benefits the male gender the more, like the kind of benefits that men receive from marriage that women benefit in marriage. Guys, this debate is really hot. I want you guys to let me know in the comment section, who do you really think that marriage benefits the more? Is it the male gender or the female gender? I mean, is it the married man that is in marriage or the woman that is in the marriage? So guys, I will be dropping different video clip for you guys to watch, and also let me know at the comment section, who do you think marriage benefits? Is it the male gender or the female gender?
My biggest fear is living with a man again. My biggest fear is losing autonomy over my body again. My biggest fear is having a man roll me over when the sun comes up, stick his dick in me, and throw off my pH balance. That is my biggest fear. My biggest fear is having to manage a grown-ass fucking man. Having to tell a grown man how to be a decent fucking human being, how to flush the toilet, how to put the seat down, how to take out the trash, how to wipe your ass. How to clean the home, how to do, like, I don't want to raise another child. So my biggest fear is living with the man. That shit, when I think about it, like, the body keeps score. I really need to do like some work, because like there's like this knee-jerk reaction where like my body just goes into like this like panic mode thinking about living with a man. Thanks for letting me share.
Let's get into it. Let's talk about why marriage benefits men more than women. I would also encourage you to go look this up, because I'm just going to focus on one factor, but there's actually a lot. On average, married men make 10 to 24% more than unmarried men. Why do we suppose that is? Because they have their wife at home doing all of the unpaid emotional and domestic labor, which allows them to focus, work harder, and work longer. Now, let's assume that the wife also has a career, because that's how most households are nowadays. So you have both the husband and the wife working outside the home, but only one of them is doing the vast majority of the domestic labor. And it ain't the husband. So the wife is working all day and then coming home and working more. What does this lead to? Depression, anxiety, stress? That's a significant amount of pressure. And what's the result of all of this? The result is the ultimate benefit. Married men live longer than single men, but married women do not live longer than single women. Being a married woman cuts your life expectancy short.
Ladies, women have been sold many lies from men, but marriage benefiting women more than men has to be one of the top 3 lies that they've told us. Because marriage is the single greatest health and happiness intervention ever discovered, but just for men. But for women, it's literally the opposite. Married men live longer, they're healthier, they're wealthier, they're happier consistently across decades of data. Marriage is genuinely one of the best things that can happen to a man's life. So men, you better get married before you're 30, before you're expired. Oh no, that's what they tell us, right? The lie that they tell us, to get married young. Now here's the part they don't tell you. Unmarried women are the happiest, healthiest demographic. Not married women, unmarried women. Now if you add in being child-free to that, then you're even more happier. Married women report higher rates of depression than single women, higher rates of anxiety, they take more medication, they need more therapy, and they sleep worse. They do more unpaid labor. They are more likely to be the ones who are emotionally managing an entire household whilst also working full time. Doesn't sound so great to me. And then when the marriage ends, who recovers faster? The women, every single time. Men fall apart after divorce, their health drops, their social life collapses. Because for most men, their wife was their entire emotional infrastructure. Have you seen those glow-ups for divorced women? The glow-up divorced women have after marriage is insane. So ask yourself, why were you sold this idea that marriage was the thing that would complete you as a woman? Why was it your goal from childhood? Why were we the ones planning our weddings at like age 7? Marriage is an incredible deal, but just not for you, for men.
Marriage benefits men more than women. Let's talk about it. When you actually look at the data and research that has been done, you find that marriage does not benefit men and women in the same way. Number one, married men live longer than single men. Married women do not live as long as single women. Number two, married men report higher levels of happiness than single men. Married women are reportedly not as happy as single women. Number three, married men earn more than single men. Married women earn significantly less than single women. Number four, married men report higher levels of fulfillment than single men. Married women do not report that same increase. Number five, married women are more likely to die of suicide and homicide than single women. I.e., as a woman that was killed by another person, you are more likely to have that person that killed you be your significant other than any other person. This is not to tell you not to ever get married, but if you're going to enter into this institution, know the risk and make sure you go in with your eyes open. Make sure you find a situation that actually benefits you, because you have so much to lose and very little to gain.
I made a post about how women don't benefit from marriage and the incels went crazy. In this video, we're going to go through all the reasons. But let's start here. The consensus from most men in the comments were that women do benefit from marriage through divorce. So they seem to be in agreement that the best part of marriage for women is leaving. If that were true, which it's not, I think that would make my point. Let's go through finances, child custody, and health. Is marriage worth it for women? The benefits mostly go to men. Currently, over 50% of households have a dual income. I read this as women are taking half of their own stuff. In those households, despite a dual income, women are still doing the lion's share of domestic labor and emotional labor. In a divorce, women's income drops on average by 20%. Divorced men see an average of 30% increase in their income. Post-divorce, 20% of women find themselves in poverty compared to 11% of men. Let's talk alimony. Alimony has been gender neutral since 1979. It's the breadwinner who pays. In the 1960s, 25% of men were paying alimony post-divorce. Today, that number is 10%. And I know the math is right here, but I'm going to say it anyway. 90% of marriages end with no alimony whatsoever. 90 to 95% of the time that alimony is paid, it was settled out of court, meaning a judge didn't weigh in and didn't order it. In the cases where a judge orders it, there's a large discrepancy between the spouse's income and assets. Short marriages are less likely to get any alimony. Judges are looking at if one spouse sacrificed their career or potential earnings. And so if they didn't, alimony wouldn't be awarded. Now let's talk child custody. Studies show that when fathers ask for custody, they get it. Conversely, as fathers tend not to ask for custody, they don't get it. Most custody cases are settled out of court. For absolute clarity, most fathers are giving custody to the mothers, not losing custody. Do you see the difference? Now we're going to talk about health, and that will lead me into my last point. Why do women even want to get married if it doesn't benefit them? You know when married women nag their partners? You really going to have that third beer? Babe, I think you need to go get that mole looked at with the doctor. Men seem to hate that, and yet it is the direct reason why married men live longer lives and healthier lives than unmarried men. I've read that men resist marriage because they know that it requires a substantial behavior change on their part. They associate marriage with increased responsibilities and potential financial loss. And yet, those things aren't true. Our culture sets expectations high for women and low for men. Getting married has historically brought a large change in how men see themselves and how they behave. If marriage has been a particularly strong signal of change in men's committed behavior, it would explain the stereotype of women pushing for marriage and men resisting. Tell me what you think.
Marriage don't benefit men. Benefits women more than it does men. Why do men need to get married? There's no point. Now, y'all done heard that bullshit get thrown around about all the fresh and fit, Fugazi, all them weird ass red pill niggas, right? Now, y'all know over here, I'm always talking about black love, black marriage, black people being in one household, all that shit. Hell, I'm all about that. And you know what I'm saying? Despite what others may throw. My message about that has been fucking consistent. But this narrative that marriage does not benefit men because they're so concerned about a woman taking half of some shit that they don't even have It's bullshit. Marriage definitely benefits men. I am a man that benefited from marriage. All the statistics show that marriage benefits men, if anything, more than women. Because all these niggas always think about is the money. But even if you want to look at the money, when men are married, they make more than their unmarried male counterparts. Married men progress farther in their careers compared to unmarried men. Hell, married men get hired more than unmarried men because married men seem more responsible to employers, more marketable. Why you think all the CEOs and the politicians and stuff like that are married? Huh? Because marriage is a business. Marriage is more beneficial to raising your children. Marriage is more beneficial to your pocketbooks. Marriage is even more beneficial to a man's health because most men don't even go to the doctor. Your wife make you go to the doctor. Your wife is the one that tell you, hey, you sit your ass down. You look a little weird. You need to, baby, go to the doctor. Baby, I'm going to schedule that appointment because you need to go see your motherfucking doctor. The problem isn't marriage. The problem is y'all niggas don't know how to pick women. Y'all don't know how to vet women. That's y'all fucking problem. Y'all don't know how to have discipline and keep your dick in your pants. That's y'all problem, not marriage. Because when you see healthy marriages, healthy black marriages, when you see black men and black women together making that shit work, boy, it's an unstoppable force. I am living proof of that. I am happy. We're healthy. We living our best fucking life together. Everything I have is because of my wife. Now, I could sit here and say, I still would have been successful. I still probably would, but it probably would have took me a lot longer. I would have went through just collecting trauma, going from one biddy to the next, biddy to the next. You know what I'm saying? And I would have been alone. Now, this ain't for the dudes. If you don't want to be married, if you don't want to grow a family, this ain't for you. I'm talking to the ones who want these things, who want the companionship, who want the family you know what I'm saying? But to sit here and lie and say marriage doesn't benefit men and push that narrative, that is bullshit. That is bullshit. Any man that is married to a woman who's worth a damn will tell you that's bullshit. Instead of going to them fucking red pill podcasts, why don't y'all start asking the married men who are in successful marriages how they did it? What were some of the things that they looked for? What were some of the things that they were asking? How did they move? How did they set themselves? See, but y'all don't do that because that's not what y'all want. Because that would require work from you. And we all know niggas don't like to work. Motherfuckers don't really want solutions. They just want to sit back and wallow in their sorrows and complain and moan and groan and gripe. Because that's easy. You know what I'm saying? That's easy. Than getting up and finding a solution and putting in the work to get what you want.
Okay, so I'm not trying to be a feminist or anything, but I'm going to say this loud and clear. It might offend and trigger some people. But I don't care. So let me say this, right? Marriage mostly benefits the man. I don't care what anybody says, but I'm gonna explain why I say this, right? I'm gonna explain. Hear me out. So, number one, a wife will do everything that your mother did for you as a child, like cook for you, clean for you, turns your home into a house, and on top of that, she bears children for you. She literally gives you life. She gives you a family, right? Keep that in mind. So what I'm saying is, basically, the only differences between your mother and your wife is that you sleep with your wife. As simple as that, right? Okay, reason number two. So every woman loses part of herself when she becomes a wife, okay? And she loses even more of herself when she becomes a mother. A mother of one, a mother of two, a mother of three, okay? All right? It takes a lot of work to not lose yourself. Like, I'm not even joking. It takes a lot of work. Like, the mental strength, the courage. You need a lot of support from your partner, especially if your partner is not a God-fearing man and he doesn't respect women, and he doesn't, you know, stand by your side, especially during, you know, your labor, and then after your labor, after you guys had kids. If he's not there beside you, I'm telling you, you're gonna lose yourself. Like, you're gonna lose yourself, like, absolutely. Okay? And this is like something that needs to be, like, you know, spoken about, because ሴት ልጅ ሚስት መሆን ምን እንትን ይላታል፣ ባል ነው የሚያስተዳድራት፣ ባል ነው እንደዚህ የሚያደርግላ ምናምን። bro, men's nowadays, they don't provide, they don't take care of their women's, you know. ትዳር ብቻ like ተጋባን ለመባል ነው የሚጋባው አብዛኛው ሰው ማለት ነው። they do actually not know, absolutely have no idea like how hard marriage is. Like, it's no joke. It's no joke. It's two people coming together to build life. You know what I'm saying? Two different people that grew up differently. They have like different upbringing, and then they come in together to like united and be one and create a family. So it's not easy. It's not a joke. And then most of the time, it's the woman that has to do like almost everything in the marriage. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, has to be the mother, the wife, and the one that's taking care of everybody. It's just mentally, it's draining, and most people don't realize that.
I'm not saying this from a bitter place, but there are no benefits in marriage for women. If you go into marriage knowing this, you will not be heartbroken, because you know, of course, I'm signing up for this, but there are no benefits. Maybe you love him so much you are willing to endure, but there are no benefits. Don't go there looking for benefits, trying to look for how your life will be elevated. No. Whatever success you have now, that's all you are going to have. Men will cut your chances at success in life. There are no benefits for women in marriage. I'm not saying don't get married, but if you get married, just know there are no benefits. You might love him, yes, that's fine. Maybe for you, the love you have for him will outweigh the inconvenience. But for me, the benefits of having a husband do not outweigh the inconvenience of having a man full-time, having him in such close proximity. No. There are no benefits for women in marriage. Ladies, if you get married, just get married knowing this. There are no benefits for you there. You are signing yourself up because maybe you love him, but there are no benefits. Your life is not going to get any better, especially when you can work. You don't need a man as a husband. He's going to cut off your chances at success. He's going to make you live a shorter life, a life filled with stress. You're more likely to have STIs because men cheat. Actually, statistics show that the happiest people on earth are single women and married men. I think that tells you everything you need to know about marriage. If you doubt me, go and see that divorce effect trend right now on TikTok.
People are trying to have the conversation that being married in corporate America is more valuable, or even outside of corporate America, like in politics, in relation to Cory Booker. However, we are missing a glaring piece of the conversation. That is only true for men. If you are married and you have children, it makes you seem more responsible, like you can be trusted, someone else entrusts you, and it makes you more valuable. If you are a woman, it makes you a liability, because you are seen as probably the sole provider when it comes to domestic labor, child rearing, all of that. So it makes you a liability, because the concern is that your priority will not be your career. It will be your husband and your children. For men, it is assumed that because they have a wife, they're not having to worry about home life, domestic labor, the children. They can solely focus on their career because they have someone at home supporting them. So yes, it makes them look great. Absolutely. It makes them seem more valuable, more dependable, all that good stuff. But in the exact same way, due to patriarchy, it hurts women for those exact same reasons.
I hate, double hate, loathe entirely seeing a woman get on bended knee for a man. Because, girl, why are you down there? Get up. And I dislike it beyond the optics, although those optics are egregious. Because, girl, what the hell are you doing? But my dislike for it is really rooted in the fact that the stats show that in hetero marriages, marriage is not equal. The man has a longer lifespan, better quality of health, benefits more socially from the status of being married and having kids, gets promotions, makes more money. It looks good for him to have those things. What's the other thing? Oh, he doesn't have to have that. He's not held to the same standard of providing the mental and emotional labor to run the household. The list can go on. Whereas the woman doesn't benefit in the same way of being married and having kids socially. She has to be the one to have the kids. The kids are in her body, in her womb. Okay? She has to pick up the mental and emotional labor slack in the household that he isn't doing. and often has to raise the kids more and is more of the caretaker for the kids than he is. And all that stress shortens her lifespan and quality of health. So for you to be looking at that kind of life on average, why in the hell of it are you on bended knee, girl? And I would argue that any man that you feel inclined to get on bended knee for is going to see to it that that's your reality. I don't see any man who loves and values and cares for their woman being okay with her getting on bended knee for him. Any man you're getting on bended knee with is going to see to it that those stats become your reality, baby cakes. So what the hell are you doing on that knee? Get the hell up.
Show me how many marriages in Africa that will keep breathing if a woman do not overperform, over-endure, overstretch herself. Show me. Their love for you as a woman is conditional. It is based off of what you can do, what you can perform, what you can give. And if you cannot do that, you'll be thrown out. You'll be replaced without mercy. Sometimes disgracefully, sometimes they will drag you out. Sometimes they will silently replace you. You are replaceable. Whatever you get in your marriage, you earn it. And this is why I tell you that if I have to perform, if I have to overstretch myself just for you to love me, then it's not love. That love is conditional. The love that will love me the same way we love men. When they cheat, we forgive them. When they are polygamous, we forgive them. When they sleep with our daughters, we forgive them. We just keep our husband's shame. That is love. And no man is capable to do that for you. Your love must be earned and you are fastly replaceable. Did you understand that? And then some group of women say, you know what? I did not gain anything. So let me kukuma stay on my own. I don't want to get married. Boom! You trigger men. Hey, marriage is a beautiful thing. A feminist is saying that you should not get married. Married woman are So you're a woman now. You are a woman to tell us what it feels like to be married. Are you a woman? The marriage that we have watched our father do dirty to our mother. We saw our aunties confused, stranded. Some of them were thrown out of their homes. We saw them firsthand. And their pain and their grief became our awakening. Now you are judging us. Now you are asking us why we choose ourselves. Why are you triggered? Why are you triggered? Why? Because marriage is male-centered. Marriage is a place where men eat their cake and have it. We have cracked that code, and you are pissed that we cracked the code.
Marriage don't benefit men. Benefits women more than it does men. Why do men need to get married? There's no point. Now, y'all done heard that bullshit get thrown around about all the fresh and fit, food gays, all them weird ass red pill niggas, right? Now, y'all know over here, I'm always talking about black love, black marriage, black people being in one household, all that shit. Hell, I'm all about that. And you know what I'm saying? Despite what others may throw. My message about that has been fucking consistent. But this narrative that marriage does not benefit men because they're so concerned about a woman taking half of some shit that they don't even have is bullshit. Marriage definitely benefits men. I am a man that benefited from marriage. All the statistics show that marriage benefits men, if anything, more than women. Because all these niggas always think about is the money. But even if you want to look at the money, when men are married, they make more than their unmarried male counterparts. Married men progress farther in their careers compared to unmarried men. Hell, married men get hired more than unmarried men because married men seem more responsible to, employers. More marketable. Why you think all the CEOs and the politicians and stuff like that are married? Huh? Because marriage is a business. Marriage is more beneficial to raising your children. Marriage is more beneficial to your pocketbooks. Marriage is even more beneficial to a man's health because most men don't even go to the doctor. Your wife make you go to the doctor. Your wife is the one that tell you, hey, you sit your ass down. You look a little weird. You need to, baby, go to the doctor. Baby, I'm going to schedule that appointment because you need to go see your motherfucking doctor. The problem isn't marriage. The problem is y'all niggas don't know how to pick women. Y'all don't know how to vet women. That's y'all fucking problem. Y'all don't know how to have discipline and keep your dick in your pants. That's your problem, not marriage. Because when you see healthy marriages, healthy black marriages, when you see black men and black women together making that shit work, boy, it's an unstoppable force. I am living proof of that. I am happy. We're healthy. We living our best fucking life together. Everything I have is because of my wife. Now, I could sit here and say, you know, I still would have been successful. I still probably would, but it probably would have took me a lot longer. I would have went through just collecting trauma, going from one biddy to the next, biddy to the next. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I would have been alone. Now, this ain't for the dudes. If you don't want to be married, if you don't want to grow a family, this ain't for you. I'm talking to the ones who want these things, who want the companionship, who want the family under, like, you know what I'm saying? But to sit here and lie and say marriage doesn't benefit men and push that narrative, that is bullshit. That is bullshit. Any man that is married to a woman who's worth a damn will tell you that's bullshit. Instead of going to them fucking red pill podcasts, why don't y'all start asking the married men who are in successful marriages how they did it? What were some of the things that they looked for? What were some of the things that they were asking? How did they move? How did they set themselves? See, but y'all don't do that because that's not what y'all want. Because that would require work from you. And we all know niggas don't like to work. Motherfuckers don't really want solutions. They just want to sit back and wallow in their sorrows and complain and moan and groan and gripe. Because that's easy. You know what I'm saying? That's easy than getting up and finding a solution and putting in the work to get what you want.
The first video clips I dropped was for the people that are saying that marriage benefits the male. I mean the man. Now, guys, let's drop some video clip of where some people are saying that marriage benefits the women. So guys, what do you think? Let me know in the comment section. Let's dive in.
I genuinely cannot stand when a woman is like, I don't do anything for my man because he's a grown-ass man and he should be able to do it himself. Then why are you there? What is the whole purpose of you? Because being wifed up is a privilege. Women get far more benefits from marriage than men do. Historically and statistically, marriage reduces the risk of poverty for women far more dramatically than it does for men. Women are the ones who file for divorce at a far higher rate. Women get structure, stability, security, financial provision, and protection. So what exactly is the man getting out of a marriage? Now, men obviously do benefit, but when you're actually doing the things that he needs. Men need emotional grounding, encouragement, nurturing, and organization. And if he made you a housewife, girl, don't even get me started, because you have someone who's providing for you and your entire lifestyle and your needs, and you're still not willing to do anything for him? Because the man would be fine on his own, sister. I'm sure he would save a lot of money not being with you. Men can live in a 500 square foot apartment and sleep on a sleeping bag, but I'm sure that he's made life a little bit nicer for you. I'm sure he's fully capable of doing his own laundry and putting his dish in the dishwasher and cooking himself a meal, of course. But how entitled is it for you to just sit around all day and not do anything for the man that has committed his entire life to you, that has put himself in a disadvantaged situation of marriage in order to provide for you and protect you and make you happy?
Quick thought. For all you ladies that like to get married to a person, right? Lose interest in the marriage and then file for a divorce and then try to take everything you can from that man. Just understand you're gonna have to revisit that same energy in the future. I know you probably thinking you're getting away with something. You probably thinking you're coming up. You probably thinking you're getting what you deserve, but you have to understand that that's not the right way of doing things. I see it all the time. I continuously see people getting into marriages, becoming unhappy in the marriage, so they leave the marriage and then try to destroy the man. And a lot of men has been hurt and hindered by that process. You have to understand that you only gonna get out of life what you put in it, right? So be mindful of how you treat people. Be mindful. Don't take from nobody, especially if it's not yours to take.
With all these video clips that I've dropped, all this opinion from different people, like these people are people that have experienced marriage. Who do you think marriage benefit? Because this debate is hot. Guys, from my experience, guys, I think marriage benefits the men more. Yeah, at least it's very, very obvious. Let me say 70 to 75%. Marriage benefits the male gender. women, they do a lot in marriage. Like, they sacrifice a lot. They sacrifice their time, they sacrifice their body, emotionally, everything. We are not saying that, or let me speak for myself. I'm not saying that men don't also sacrifice, but the amount of sacrifice women put in marriage, oh, it's just a lot. Because of that, guys, I think marriage benefits men more than women. Anyway, marriage is a beautiful thing. So guys, what do you think? Drop it at the comment section. Till I come your way again next time. Remain blessed. Bye.